your tomato plants don't look like this, you're probably missing a few really important things. These are 3 techniques that we use as growers that most people were never taught, and they can completely change how your tomatoes produce. Welcome back to Homegrown Passion. I'm Katie, and today I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing in our hydroponic system to keep these plants healthy and producing all season long. So the first thing we do is remove the lower branches from the plant. I like to keep 12 to 13 leaf branches above the highest branch I cut, never removing more than 3 leaf branches at a time. If you have more to remove, wait at least a couple of days or you'll stress out your plant. I usually remove leaf branches twice a week as it grows. Now I know it feels like you're hurting the plant, but you're actually helping it. Tomatoes grow through 2 stages. The vegetative growth, where they build all the leaves and structure, and the reproductive growth, where they focus on all of their fruit. If the plant stays too leafy, you won't get much fruit. If it focuses too much on fruit, it weakens and stops producing. So I remove branches from the bottom over time to keep that balance. And it also opens up this area. Better airflow, easy harvesting, less disease. This one's a little controversial. We actually remove some of the tomatoes. Instead of letting every single fruit grow, we cut it down to about 3 to 4 per cluster, sometimes just 2. If you leave too many, the plant puts all its energies into those, and the tomatoes will be small, and since I grow slicer tomatoes, I'm looking for a 1/2 pound to 3/4 pound size fruits. I want consistent production. Big tomatoes, not one being overloaded and then nothing the next harvest. But bright sunshine, put sunglasses back on. So if you can implement even 1 or 2 of these tips, you're going to see a big difference in your plants. This is the fun part, where everything is growing strong and you know it's working. But I need to pollinate the tomatoes and I'm too short, so got to add a little stick here. Okay, real quick, before we get back to these tomatoes, I've been working on something behind the scenes that I'm honestly really excited about. It's my new Patreon page and is basically built. Now I'm just doing the fun part of uploading content, organizing the videos, and getting everything ready. So when you come over there, there's actually plenty to see, plenty to learn, and plenty of real behind the scenes of greenhouse life waiting for you. This is going to be where I can go deeper than I usually can here on YouTube. Things like nutrients, dosing, how we're running these hydroponic systems, what's working, what's not working, and what decisions we make in the greenhouse that don't always make it into the regular Sunday video. And I want to say this clearly, if you're already joined my grower school, don't worry, I've got you taken care of. You're not going to be left behind or asked to pay twice for something you already believe in. You'll have access to the new Grower School Pro. You'll have the program for free because I truly appreciate the people who supported this early. So keep an eye in the description, the community tab, and I'll be sharing more really soon. And I can't wait to start building that deeper little growing community with you guys. All right, let's get back to these tomatoes because they are definitely keeping me busy today. Well, it's not so bright in here, so I'll put my regular glasses on. And this is where hydroponics really matter. It's the pH. Tomatoes like slightly acidic environment, around 5.8 to 6.2. And if your pH is too high, your plants can absorb nutrients properly. That's why we use a Dosatron system. It keeps everything consistent. You can be feeding nutrients, but if your pH is off, the plant can't use them. So let you know what I'm keeping my nutrient water at. It's for the EC 1.9, for the pH 5.8. On time for watering is 3 minutes, off time is 30 minutes. Now, when it gets really hot in the long summer days, I keep an eye on my plants, and if I have to adjust my times, I go ahead and do that because the plants will definitely tell you what to do. I'll be going into more detail about my nutrients and my EC and pH and timing in my Grower Circle Pro. Let me show you something really quick. It's my plum tomatoes. These guys are going insane. I still have quite a few ripe ones that I thought, oh, I'll be pulling them another week. I don't think so. They keep shooting out some more flowers, so I'm going to get plum tomatoes as long as I can. Now, I should have filmed this. I'm sorry I didn't do it. But what I did is I took my paste tomatoes, sliced them in half, put them on a cookie sheet, stuck them in our new smoker. We have a new vertical smoker. Oh my gosh. Roasted them for all day, probably like 6 hours. Brought them out, put them through my processor, made the best smoky flavor spaghetti sauce you could ever want. Okay, let me go get my cart and some boxes so I can get these tomatoes harvested for my CSA program, and hopefully I have 100 pounds. The tomatoes are really coming in hard. God, look at these things. Aren't they beautiful? So I need to deliver 100 pounds. I think I'm going to have way more than that. Well, I got a really good haul, 112 pounds of tomatoes. Got them loaded up to go down to my CSA. Bad thing is, I ran out of tomato boxes, so I had to put them in the fancy berry boxes, but I don't think they'll mind because the tomatoes taste amazing. These plants will keep producing all season long if you keep them balanced. I'll be doing another video soon on the biggest tomato mistakes that I see, and you're going to definitely want to catch that one. Well, if you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up. And like always, leave me any questions, comments, and suggestions down below, and we'll see you guys next video.